Alrighty, y'all. Today, um, I'm gonna be talking about me becoming a DC fan. That's right. I even have my Superman ring on that I got from a convention one weird time to wear it. So if you hear a lot of, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try my best. Um, I don't. Again, a reason why I didn't become a DC fan until recently is because I just really didn't kind of seem to care. It's not that I never really hated the DC character. I always just thought of it as the, well, different version of Marvel. And to be honest, yeah, it is. You know? It's just different superpowers. Except, I'm sorry, but Marvel is sometimes kind of boring, but sometimes really cool. But sometimes DC is really boring, but it's sometimes really cool. They both have that in common really well. At least how I see it. But it wasn't until this content creator, play the clip. And then I went and then I kept on seeing a lot more of this of if I'm correct, Dill Likes Comics. I think that's his name. He has two L's in his name. I don't know where it's supposed to be going. So I'm just calling him Dylan. Cause that's probably what it is. And then I find out that then I find out about more of his videos, and I just keep on seeing them and seeing them and seeing them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to search up if this is from if I can find out where comic this is from. Then I find out it's a comic book on Webtoon called Wayne Family Adventures. I think it's what it's called. So then I find the audiobook, have that as the background play as I read the comic for like an hour straight. Then I go on into this entire movie dialogue going on from Batman 1, 2, and 3 from the early 2000s to now the Superman movies, Man of Steel, Superman vs. Batman, and Justice League. And then I go onto YouTube where I then learn about Red Hood, then Dick Grayson, and now I want to learn more about stuff. But right now I'm also, and then those are the comic stuff that I've done. And then for shows through HBO, I've kind of watched Titans. I'm watching right now Doom Patrol, but because of ads, it's like 3 hours instead of 1 hour per episode. So please bear with me. I've only watched the first episode because HBO likes to put an ad in every fucking 10 minutes. I prefer at least 15 minutes, at least, get something done before I see another ad. It feels like one person takes a step, I see another fucking T-Mobile ad. I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. I don't really care about the ads, but just like, don't make it seem like once one person takes a fucking step, I need to watch another ad. Okay? Not too many ads. You put too many. Fuck off. Sorry, again, just need to get that off my chest. And so far, that's the stuff that I watched. But why am I such a big fan? Well, I didn't realize how dark this story truly was. I haven't even read or understood exactly what has happened in the Absolute verse yet. But oh my god, it looks terrifyingly awesome. See, the reason why I never became a DC fan is, I'm sorry. It's because of this little man. If you know, from my story, I was introduced to anime as a and I was in foster care by one of my really cool, foster parents named Kay. I'm not gonna just tell you guys his real name due to privacy reasons. I haven't talked to him in years, and I would prefer him not to get angry with me at all. But that's the void that kind of kind of came with me, you know. Then of course I started getting into new animes, with then of course being my favorite fucking anime being My Hero Academia. That's right. I'm sorry, I can't deny it anymore that My Hero Academia is my favorite anime of all time right now. And then after I learned that they won Anime of the Year, that's when I kind of was just like, you know what? Let me go on some sort of nerd adventure. You know, learn about all these new shows and movies that I've missed. I mean, because I wouldn't exactly only be watching obviously My Hero Academia because I have a much darker taste, which is why I love DC so much. Which is why I love Hell's Paradise or Mappa in general, which if you guys don't know, created AOT or Chainsaw Man, which are really gruesome animes. But then I've also later learned that I love the mentality of shows. Best example I want to give is Hell of a Boss and Invincible. The amount of mental unstableness and of how, because of how unmental all the characters are and of how they act, it's always so weird. I mean, you have to remember, basically Superman is trying to enslave the planet and you're his son. That's your fucking bloodline, your destiny. But you're like, no, that's not right. That's not fair. That's just bad. I understand, and I'm kind of glad that they did show everybody basically whipping Omni-Man, but then also him saying, stop acting like you don't know who I am, saying that I still love you, I still care about you, and I'm sorry for what I've done, and I can understand you not accepting my apology, but stop fucking acting like you don't know who I am. Which I really think was a really strong point for the character. You know? Because he's not exactly looking for forgiveness. But he doesn't want to be treated like an animal either. And then, of course, for a Hell of a Boss, I don't even know where the fuck to start. But it's an amazing show. I truly do love it. Anybody who loves DC, I feel like would kind of genuinely like this show. It's, you know, that was my Funko Pop dropping because I decided to shift in my chair. Anywho, again, that's part of the reason why. Which again, why I love Jason's story so much. Because if you know Jason's story, truly, why isn't the Joker dead? I'm not done. I'm still going to be talking about more DC stuff. But of course, after My Hero Academia ended, I was always stuck onto basically The Boys. That I feel like is another good like mental show to watch because of just how fucked everything is. I'm sorry, but the whale scene is kind of my favorite. I'm not obsessed with it, but it's just like I know what exactly is going on. I remember that surprisingly pretty clearly. Jesus Christ, I talk too much and I don't know how to do throat exercises, so my throat's tiny bit hurting, but it's only because I'm nerding out. And then of course, like I said, I would be going on towards different shows. I learned about like Moon Knight, The Punisher, and then of course for a while I was then also going on towards just the trends of social media, talking about it and stuff like that. Even having a political phase, which I mean, of course, becoming a DC fan, your political thing is gonna skyrocket. I feel like either way, if you are a good person or a bad person, how you feel, I feel like it's only going to skyrocket. Cause Ever since learning about Batman, I honestly I keep on finding ways to compare Trump to Joker, but instead of how crazy he is, it's of how sleepy he is. Me. Sorry. um, let's see. Okay, so then after that, I basically got home, and then I just kind of was just still continuing on my nerd stuff. I tried Friedrin. I kind of liked it. Haven't really finished it. I trying to still be in the One Piece. I don't understand why people are saying Skypiea and One Piece is so awful. I honestly fucking love it. So far it's really weird and quirky and funny, and I love it. But the action is actually cool. Um, I'm also trying to make this video as long as possible because I've learned that the more I talk and the more I just nerd the fuck up, the more views I get. It's happened multiple times already. If I'm correct, I have like a video that has like 44 views, which again, to me right now is huge. Shit, I think that's it. Huh. I thought this video would be honestly a lot longer. Let me know what you guys specifically want me to learn or talk about more when it comes to the DC fan base. Chew, I need the rules here. Like, I need the rules here and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about like the DC rules. I'm talking about the fandom DC rules. I need somebody to give me the fandom DC rules, please. Because don't say we don't have them, because every single anime fan and every single nerd fan base does. Like, for instance, of how we over fucking meme Invincible. That's just one of the things of becoming a Invincible fan, is that they literally find a way to meme every single freaking word in there. Whew. Anywho, thank you guys for honestly just listening to me babble on about being a nerd more than becoming a DC fan. But again, please, when it comes to anything DC you want me to learn about specifically, please also recommend me videos. No AI videos. I'm sorry. I can't sit down and listen to an 8-hour video of an AI person talking. I'm sorry. It's just no. Again, I will. I honestly want to thank. Hold on. Give me a second. So when it comes towards my favorite character, my favorite DC character, Jason Todd, I want to thank Mullet Man Comics for his video Batman's Greatest Failure. I would really recommend it, because if you want an hour and 24 minutes of Red Hood, of basically a really good summary of a story, go to Mullet Man Comics, Batman's Greatest Failure. I will have a fucking link in the description. And then if you want an 8-hour version, go to Comic Storian Red Hood, full story supercut, Comic Storian. But see, I also want to give a bigger shout out kind of to Comic Storian, because when it comes towards my comic, basically fanatic right now, they've helped me so far a lot. Because of them, I've also learned about the story of basically Dick Grayson. They even have Absolute Batman's full story, and also Absolute DC full story. The Absolute DC is 6 hours long. Absolute Batman is 3 hours long. They do really good work when it comes to this. There's Spider-Man stuff, Deadpool as well. Is that a Joker dragon? I got a lot to learn. Again, I think I said this in a short, but as a DC fan, I'm going in the same mindset as a One Piece fan because there's a lot of shit. The only difference between DC and One Piece is that One Piece, I want to say, is kind of more famous and easier to watch compared to a DC stuff because you could just go on Netflix and it's all on there, even the live action. But as a DC fan, I don't even know where to get the comics online or if there's an app I got to pay a subscription for. I need help. Again, thank you all so much. Go to Comicstorian for, again, really good detailed videos for comic book characters. And already forgot the other guy's name, but again, go watch his story if you want a shorter version. As a matter of fact, for my Red Hood video, I'm going to be doing tomorrow because so my throat hurts. Mullet Man Comics, that's his name. I would really definitely go to Batman's Greatest Failure. He does a really good job at summarizing his story, comparing to how the 8-hour version is. I'm not joking. I have them back to back right now because I was trying to do my Red Hood video. Oop. Don't mind that one. I hope I don't have to flip this because I don't know how. I mean, I do, but I don't want to. But yeah, these are the two videos, literally back to back. So again, thank you guys so much. Say bye, Little Flash. Bye. And yeah. Again, the first and last fights are always the hardest. Love you, bye.